Jai Shri Radha Govinda Dev Ki Jai. We are back, and I'll be reading again from Prema Mala. A question that I get asked pretty often is, how can we make time for our sadhana or our spiritual practice when we feel like we have so much going on in our lives? Not only how can we make time for our spiritual practice and for meditation or however we connect, but how can we keep the spark alive? How can we keep it feeling new? How can we stay invigorated? And humbly, my own answer from just my own trying to stay connected and to stay rooted in my spiritual practice is to first think of that spiritual journey as a relationship. When we first get into relationships, there's a takeover of emotion. It obscures all of our logic and all of our reasoning. It takes over the fear that we might have of embarking on something new. We are completely wrapped up in this new relationship. And it can sometimes even happen with friendships. It doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship. But when we first begin connecting with someone else, we are enlivened and we are boosted by that connection. So if we think of our spiritual lives and our spiritual journeys as a relationship, it gets a little bit easier to see how we can make time for that important part of our day, the most intimate part of our day, when we have so much else going on. Because when we start out that new relationship, when we start out that friendship, we make time to talk to the other person. It doesn't matter what else we're doing. We will stay up late, we will lose sleep, we'll wake up early, we will find a way to match time zones from across the world just so that we can speak to that other person. So what if we looked at our spiritual lives and our spiritual sadhana that way? What if we looked at our spiritual practice that way? We are just waiting to communicate and talk with our divine supreme best friend who's waiting on the other side. So that for me has been a game changer. The other thing for me about staying connected and staying invigorated, especially for me, I am a person who is a worrier. I worry a lot. I second guess myself a lot. I have doubts that creep in on a daily basis. I'm always kind of wondering, am I doing the right thing? Am I moving in the right direction? How does this feel to me? So for a person like me who can have a lot of doubts and can really second guess themselves and get inside their head, what helps is believing in the magic of my spiritual practice. Do I believe, do I have that faith that this spiritual practice can create magic and life-changing transformations in my life? And if I do believe that, then I treat my spiritual practice like medicine. It is the one thing that will conquer all the doubts that creep in. It is the one thing that will really drive away all of my anxieties and my worries and the amount of times that I second guess myself. Because now I'm not just saying I believe in myself, but I'm also saying I believe in the supreme divine entity which resides just within my heart. That supreme person has never left me. That supreme person will never leave me. And all that supreme person wants to do is have a relationship with me. All they want to do is create magic within my existence. So if I really place my faith in that, then I no longer have to second guess myself. It's not about me. It's about my relationship with my best friend. It's about my relationship with that divine seat and source of all magic. So I wanted to share a poem from Prema Mala with you that kind of speaks to just those thoughts that I've been having and sharing with you. And this poem is called Break Away. When my mind is out to get me, I let love guide me home. The mantra is like magic, freeing me from the bonds of my own making, shaking off these shackles of twisted memories. Sometimes I rise higher than what I think I am, away from this material body and to a land free of fear. Sometimes my vision is clouded. The material is all I can see. Sometimes I cry out that there is no magic, broken by lifetimes of disappointment. Like a maiden, under the effects of an evil curse, I second guess and ridicule every good thing around me. My mind, never satisfied, refuses to believe. But the mantra can change all that. It gives me the strength I need, the will to let hope grow, the will to break the curse, remember who I am, and sing out loud. So, for me, chanting and taking shelter of this gorgeous mantra of the holy name is one of the only things that really pulls me back when I find myself at the edge of the cliff, looking down at all the doubts instead of looking up towards the possibilities of future blessings. When I can't see the grace and the mercy around me, that Mahamantra is the one thing that clears all of the mist from in front of my eyes. But it works best if we believe. So I encourage you to take a second and really drop in, drop deep down, and see what's there hidden in your heart. Find those places that you are afraid to look at, and then believe that there is magic. Have faith that there is magic. Have faith that there is a Krishna, and he is working in your life at all times. And he's working for you so that you will rise higher than what you think you are, because he always sees you better than you think you see you. He knows us better than we know ourselves, and in knowing us better than we know ourselves, he sees us better than we see ourselves. He sees the best in us at all times. And that is all that matters. Thank you, and I will see you again soon.